What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we managed to track down Commander Sloan, who is here in the new Pacific Arcology. Although we technically are in the Pacific Arcology, but we're also in the Helm. In fact, if we go right through that portal, we'll be back in the central area of the Helm. We'll go back through that in a minute. But first things first, we need to figure out what the heck is going on here. At the end of the last episode, Sloan said that she wasn't actually the one who put out the distress signal. It was that back there.
What is that?
An ally. Her name is Asa.
You can communicate with it?
It's complicated, sir. I get impressions, emotions, ideas. She knows our true enemy. The witness came for her species, too. Discrete concepts are harder. Even more now, since this.
And you're still you?
Every bit. My light is holding this corruption back, but I can hear voices whispering, demanding. It's like being tuned in to the enemy's radio. If we could strengthen my connection with Asa, I believe it would improve my ability to communicate through the noise.
I got some ideas. I'll draw up some specs and drop by soon.
Sloan.
I'm fine, sir. And I think I'm long overdue for a debriefing.
As you wish. We'll reconvene at the Helm.
Okay. Hello, big girl. We'll get to know you a little bit better later. All right, let's head into the Helm. So we're just going to hop through this portal here. And this takes us into the main area of the Helm. So this is where we're going to be spending most of Season of the Deep, and this is our little war table that we're going to be talking at. So let's interact with it.
Good to be back in contact with the Vanguard. It's an honor to serve with you. The Taken moved in quick after we lost Titan. I had to switch gears. Escape, evade, and rotate between extraction points. Survive for another day. That was the mission. I absorbed some of the Taken corruption to tap into their comms, if you can call them that. My bond with Asa proved mission critical too. I owe her my life. Now that Titan's back, the mission's changed. We need more intel on our enemy. The Witness. Drifter claims he knows a way to help Asa share that intel. Boost the signal so her message can get through. If he's right, then you're going to need some diving equipment. Thankfully, I was able to secure a pair of intact subnauticals from the Arcology's storage units. Feel free to toss out that junk Drifter gave you earlier. This is the real deal.
Well, thank you, Sloan. And if that voice sounds familiar to you, that is the voice of Sissy Jones, who is also known as the voice of Delilah from Firewatch. She's going to give us the Salvage NPA Repulsion Regulator, which was this season's artifact. But of course, because this is a legacy artifact, it is no longer used. We're going to take this legacy into the depths, and this is going to be our set of quests for this entire season.
Hey there, hero. While you were taking a dip in the methane, I detected something on the ocean floor, and it ain't native to Titan. I've seen it before, on the Glycon, on the Leviathan, on my own ship too. An organism that's all about forming psychic connections. Seems it's growing like coral down in the depths. I'm thinking we gather it up and use it to amplify Sloan's link to the creature. I can modify my Gambit equipment to bank that stuff and harness its power, but I'll need some Golden Age parts to do it. Just so happens, the Arcology is full of Golden Age tech waiting to be salvaged. You help me collect it, and I'll fix up the bank. Then it's just a matter of, well, diving into the depths of the methane sea and dredging up what Sloan needs. All while trying not to drown, of course. Nothing you can't handle? So what do you say? Ready for another swim?
I suppose we are, Drifter. All right, let's see what we got here. So, let's jump right on in, and we can take a look at the sonar station. We need to complete a salvage activity. Launch salvage from the destination tabs in the helm. We'll do that in a moment. Let's start by talking about different rank rewards. Okay, so we got a few things up here. Deep dive keys are now a thing. So we had the Defiant keys last season. Now these are the types of keys we're going to be going after this time around. But we also have salvage keys. Now, salvage keys drop like candy. These can be gotten incredibly easily, and they are not mandatory. Deep dive keys are a bit more important, though, and you'll see why when we start talking about the multiple activities that are a part of this season. Then we have the gear. So we have the armor set, which is called the NPA Weirwalker set, and it is an interesting one. I don't know if I love it. I wish I could show it like in full, but unfortunately I don't really have a way of doing so. But it's got some interesting ideas. It's supposed to be kind of designed after like a pressure suit, if that makes sense. I mean, that's kind of the idea, I suppose, but I don't know if it really works, at least on the Hunter. Maybe it works. I think it works a little better on the Titan and the Warlock. But then we have our two weapon sets. Now, one of these is craftable, which is the deep weapon set, and then there's the Reckoning weapon set, which these are reprised from all the way back in Season of the Drifter, which was back during Forsaken. So these weapons were brought back and be gotten this way, but these are not craftable. You can only get these through random engram drops, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, every single one of them kind of sucks except for the submachine gun and arguably the shotgun, but I would say really just the submachine gun is worth your trouble. All the rest of these are just kind of left in the past. Like Spare Rations is a hand cannon that has just way too low of range to be effective in any single way. Bug Out Bag is good, but there is the Callus Mini tool from Season of the Haunted is just better in every way. So even the best weapon is still kind of eh. Outlast is a rapid fire frame, which those are good for PvP, but not much else. Last Man Standing just doesn't really have a whole lot of good perks. Neither does Soul Survivor. And this is an adaptive sword, and we've talked about adaptive swords many times. They're not that great unless they can get Eager Edge, and this one cannot. But then we have the deep weapons. Okay, so we got some interesting stuff here. We got a 120 RPM Void Hand Cannon. I gotta say, don't love this thing's perks very much, but it is interesting. We have a Stasis Submachine Gun, the first one since Season of the Plunder. This one is... it can get some good stuff. I would say it's pretty on par with the one from Plunder, because they are the same type of frame. Different times with another Rapid Fire Pulse, but this one is Strand, so that automatically makes it very interesting, because it is a completely new weapon archetype in a element type that has not yet gotten one. We have Until Its Return, which is a Strand Shotgun. I gotta say right off the bat, the best weapon of this entire set. This thing can get some really nasty good perk rolls, and I am a big fan of it. This is probably the first thing we'll be going after. You got a Distant Pull, which is a Stasis Sniper Rifle. Doesn't really synergize with Stasis all that well, but this one has got some interesting applications, and then we have ourselves a Vortex Frame Strand Sword, the first of its kind, which is a lot more interesting because Vortex frames can actually be quite decent. So that's a lot of stuff to chase this season. But there's multiple ways to do so. In fact, there are 3 ways to do so. Let's head on out and let's take a look at the helm really quickly. So right off the bat, although actually, is it going to make me select it from... Let's see. I thought it was... Oh, I have to do the destination. Well, I thought I... No, there it is. Okay, so, yeah. So we have... Salvage and Salvage Legend, and we have another type that we haven't yet unlocked, but there's also something we can actually do in the overworld as well. We'll talk about that in due time, but for right now, we're going to jump into a salvage activity. I'm just going to ignore the surges because, like I said, I am going to stick to using Arc for the time being. We should be fine. We'll get salvage keys as we play, don't you worry. In fact, I'm actually going to use that targeted redaction to infuse my Centrifuge, so it is now all the way up to 1810. Beautiful. Let me just make sure everything else is... My helmet isn't quite there, and I can't infuse that. Okay, we're fine. We're getting close. So, Salvage is the 6-player activity of the year. Well, one of the big 6-player activities of the year. Actually, I think it might be the only one now that I think about it. Yes, it is. This is not quite on the same level as something like a menagerie or whatnot, but it does have a lot of variety, and it also has quite an amazing amount of enemy density. Now, Salvage is generally going to throw you at different activities all across the surface of Titan, and once your entire team has completed a set number of activities, it'll then send you down into the depths to do battle with a boss. Now, there are multiple different locations that Salvage can take place on, and I'm going to try to show... Well, actually, I think there's only 2 locations, but I'm going to try to show both of them. We're going to do a few Salvage activities throughout this Let's Play, so bear with me, because I do know for a fact there are 3 different bosses that we can do battle against. But let's just hop right on into this thing, and our first Salvage is... Let's see. Is it going to be on the surface, or is it going to be in the other location? Guess we'll find out once everybody actually loads in here. Oh yeah, of course, how could I forget the Season of the Plunder activity that was similar to this as well. And I actually think this is much better than that Plunder activity, if I'm being completely honest. It's a lot more interesting. But here we go.
We must defend the rig. Go protect the machinery. I will advise from here.
So usually right off the bat, we're just going to be killing some Hive before we drop ourselves a rally banner to actually... get started on this entire thing. So let's just kill all of those. Like I said, we got help here. We got everybody running around with us. So this is not going to just be us doing everything. Don't you worry. There's actually multiple match-made activities across this entire season that we're going to be going over. And honestly, this is the lesser of them. So before we begin, let's drop a rally banner here really quickly so everybody can get themselves some super and heavy. And here we go. All right, let's see. Where is it going to send us first?
There goes the backup power relays. You mind lending a hand down there? Otherwise, we're dead in the water.
Yeah, sure thing. All right, so we got all of these items that we can pick up, and we're going to need to install them all across the rig here. So let's start. Let's do some killing. It looks like everybody's kind of packing these up already. Don't worry, more of them will spawn in due time, and we'll get to kind of show those off. Let me see if I can't kill this Revenant Knight here, although I'm really apparently struggling. There we go. I'm getting stuck underneath this. Let's see. How y'all doing over there? Doing good so far? So you notice that we're getting more time away from the Zebu Aras attention timer the more we get kills. If you let the timer drain all the way down, which I'll be honest is really hard to do, but if you do, you will actually be sent to the boss really early, and the later you get sent to the boss, the better. So let's take this object and we're going to go install it. It's a heavy object, so that if any way you can get up there faster, the better. This isn't much, but it does help a little bit. You can absolutely bash things over the head with it if you need to, but you can see we need to install 3 objects here. So let's keep working on those. I'm sure the other 2 are on their way. At least one of them is, so that's good. See if I can't get some kills here. There we go. Oh, hey there. Let me kill you with cross counter, and then I'm going to try to make I'm going to try to gun for this one, and I'll carry it all the way across. All right, I'm going to jump down on this heavy brick before I do that, because I did use technically one on my way over with Eager Edge. May as well pick it up at that point, and once we install this next one, we should be good. But we're just trying to fix this entire site. Oh, come on. Install it, please. There we go. And there is the first job done.
So I got a task perfectly suited for you. Shoot anything that tries to take our stuff.
I mean, that's kind of what we've already been doing, but let's head off to the next area and see where we have to go. Okay, it's having us go back this way. Is it going to make us go up the cranes, or is it going to make us go to, like, some completely different... Yeah, oh, the other side. Okay, interesting. So we're not going to be doing the one job that's up there this time for some reason, which, I mean, I think I'm kind of okay with that. Now, generally, in a perfectly smooth salvage run, you're going to do, I want to say, I think it's 3 sets of jobs. It might be 2, but I want to say it's 3. But here is the next location. Okay, so this one, we're going to have to defend these different packages of salvage from the enemies who will try to do damage to it over time. So we just need to basically keep all of the enemies at bay this entire time. I'm going to throw that at you, so you die immediately. Oh, don't you dare. I'm going to keep meleeing you until that kills you. Perfect. We got combination blow going. So that's a good start. I'm going to head out over here and just kind of camp out up on the crates over here. Anytime I see anything moving, it gets shot. More hive ships are going to spawn in as we play, so just keep an eye out. See, here comes the next one right above me. And I've got my sword ready for that one. They're on the other side of this crate here, so we should be fine. I seem to be the only one over here. Pardon me while I kill y'all. Oh, I got a little bit of help there. I am definitely probably the most underpowered one here too, so that is something worth mentioning. Everybody that is in this activity has probably been playing on their accounts more than I've been playing on this one, so I feel like I should probably clarify that if anyone's like, man, you're not getting a lot of kills. It's like, yeah, well, I don't really have good equipment compared to everyone else. Plus, I am deliberately hampering myself by not playing the Surge. But, I mean, in normal circumstances, you would do that. But obviously, I have committed to Arc for this season, and I will be sticking to my guns. And there are things all over the rig here. All right, guys, come on. We got to shoot these things. They are doing all sorts of stuff. Let me knock those shields off at the very least. All right, how are we doing over here? Let's blow that curse thrall up first if we can, because that'll actually mess with this guy's shield there. Oh, come on. Die, please. Thank you. Okay, we got you. Goodbye. Let's just try to get you all in the radius of that. There goes the wizard, at least. That's the most important part, that she is by far the strongest. I'm helping, I'm helping, I'm helping. There we go. We did it!
Need you Guardians down here to disarm some volatile parting gifts our friends left for us.
Can do. So it's taking us back. And let's see. Okay, so I want to say, yeah, I think what it is it's actually that there's 3 locations, but there's 2 possible jobs in each location, now that I'm thinking about it. So we had the one where we were supposed to repair everything. This time around, you'll see once we get here, this time around we're basically supposed to destroy a whole bunch of crystals, these hive ritual crystals, and we're going to need to do some things to actually be able to do that. So it's going to take some time, but we'll get to work on it. So because we're effectively in the same area as the first one. Let's kill this Revenant Knight. Come on. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to get that kill there. Hello? Throw that in there. I wish I could just shoot these outright, but unfortunately I don't have the means of doing so, at least not yet. So let's see. Oh, hello. Just a second. Keep killing him. Okay, now we have an enemy on the field. You see that thing that it just dropped there. This is, if I remember correctly, yep, it is like a little solar charge that you can actually shoot at the crystals to then destroy them. So if we can pick up more of those, all the better. We got a ogre here, so let's grab that. And let's take each of these crystals out. So we got a few more over here, and it does tell us where they all are as long as we're holding this thing. So let's just kind of move around the rig and do the job. There's another one. We got one way back there. See if I can get to it. That, oh my gosh, that is really far away. I think I can get to it, though, from here. Beautiful. Okay. All the ritual crystals have been destroyed. Now we need to defeat the ritualist wizards to put an end to this entire affair. So, let's see. We got one wizard over there. Let's kill you first. I'm going to drop that on you. And then if I can hit you with the eager edge, that would be great. Okay, let's get to work. Oh, where are you going? Get back here. Come on. Oh, get him with that heavy attack. Thank you. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Thank goodness for the relentless strikes. Okay, got you. Whew. Good boy. Good boy. Why am I saying good boy to my sword? Because I love it, I guess. It's such a wonderful sword. Look at this thing go. Just being able to fly through the air. It's the only type of adaptive sword you'll ever find me using is one that has access to Eager Edge. I cannot wait until we finally get access to the one that allows us to use Eager Edge while also being a vortex frame. That is my favorite.
How do you feel about unfathomable depths and horrific abominations? Anyway, transmat firing.
All right, now it's time to go down. So let's do this thing. Into the water we go. And we're going to have, like I said, 1 of 3 boss fights. Now, the bubbles are actually not shared, so you can pick one up for yourself, even if other people take them, at least in this activity. That is not going to be the case in certain other activities, so do not get used to it. Whenever things get more difficult, you do need to actually share the bubbles. But there is a mechanic where if you pick one up, anybody that is in a somewhat decent radius around you will also get the benefits of the bubble. So if you can time it right or stick together, you'll be fine.
Shake it up. See what comes out.
All right, let's see what we find down here. So, aha! Okay, first fight. Let's do this thing. So this one is pretty simple, but it is actually quite tedious, and I definitely do not have the DPS necessary for this. So I'm going to switch to my rocket. I probably should have done that before I rallied, but whatever. Okay, I did not mean to throw that grenade. Let's do this thing. We're going to be fighting a big ol' Hive Knight, but we need to defeat the Rune Keepers first before we do so. So, we have all these different runes throughout the room, and if you stand on these, which I have found, the one that is the same as the one in the center, this is where you can start doing damage to all of the shielded enemies, which are the Rune Keepers. So it looks like the rune... Has it changed yet? No, we're still in the right spot. There's one. Okay, so there's a Rune Keeper Knight. Let's see if I can't... oh gosh. Hold on. Can I get him with that? There we go. Okay, we managed to take a shield down, so we can start doing damage to that. Let's hit that wizard. There we go. There's another one. Let's get this revive here. Okay, that's 3 out of the 4 defeated. Now we just need to find the last one, but it looks like the symbol is going to change on us, so we need to move. Okay, you're over there. What's the symbol this time? It is, I always call that one shotgun, but people know it as burger. Where is burger? There it is, all the way over by Nox. So let's go and step on that one and see if we can't hit the shielded enemy from here. I am not going to chance a rocket because that would be dumb. Yeah, Heinous Rite does not really last, and I cannot get this wizard over here. It is just hanging out over there and not wanting to play this game at all. There we go. We got its shield. Okay, thank goodness. Take it out. Perfect. All right, now that they are all down, it is time to do damage to the boss, and it is, I believe, the same mechanic where we're going to have to all sit on a certain spot and then do damage to the boss, so wait for the runes to start appearing. There, it's the same plate. All right, here we go. So, where is he at? There he is, way back there. Can I fire that? Nope, he is moving way too much. Okay. Come on, buddy. There he is. He's over there. It's going to disrupt here in about 17 seconds, but his shield is almost down. There it goes. All right, time to do damage to him. Let's hit him with that really quickly, and we'll fire off rockets. We'll all just kind of work together to mess this guy up. This is the same boss that we fought in that opening mission. So this is a little bit of payback. You can't outright kill him, though, because he is going to get his shield back after a little while. So now we need to go and get the next one, which that one is one that I always would call Alien. For the symbol name, it is over here by Kidila Cowboy. So let's get the res here real fast and get to work. Okay. We do have more Rune Keepers, but at this point, you don't actually have to kill them. You just have the ability to. Come here, dude. Quit hiding. There we go. 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 Keep firing. Keep firing. Keep firing. Got him. Don't you dare. Whew. Thank goodness for cross counter. That thing saves my butt. All right. Now that we've jolted everything here, get that heal off of cross counter, and then I'll take a heal from the bubble. Oh, I got its freaking health back. No, don't kill me. Woo, woo. Okay, we're fine. Jeez, I got really panicky there. I really wanted to stay alive. Okay, the next one is an X with the 2.X. So this one is all the way over here. Let's head on over. We got Nox following us, which is good. All right, take his health out, take his health out. He's going to probably throw a grenade over here. Somebody dropped a healing grenade, which is awesome, and down he goes. Good job, team.
Hey, Saint. How's the old man doing?
It is kind of you to ask. Osiris is well. Better than well, actually. I think he found what he was looking for on Neptune.
And what was that, anyway? The city Neomuna?
No, he found a purpose. Learning, teaching, mentoring. What he was always good at, but always walked away from.
Yeah, sounds like a nice run of luck for you two these days. About time.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Destiny. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I'll see you all in the next one.